Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Nashville for tonight's race for the IROC Challenge Series presented by Loud Pedal Gaming, R&R Racewear, and Hydrotech PC. I'm Josh Sobel, and with me tonight, Tim Hammond. Welcome.
Yes, Josh, so glad to be back. It's been a couple of weeks, but I've been watching, and it's been some fantastic racing going on.
Absolutely. A ton going on here at a short track tonight in Nashville. I know it's been a while since you've been in the booth with us. The last race was Lucas Oil, so hopefully we can get a good one going on here tonight.
Yeah, I expect these guys to, after their race at Lucas Oil, to kind of get things together, and they're going to, obviously think about that race specifically, and they're going to want to improve on that. They don't want to have a repeat of what happened that night. They want to have a great race for all the fans watching and for themselves.
Absolutely. We got about 3 minutes here in practice. Sponsors, do want to give a huge shout out to those guys, Hydrotech PC, for your liquid cooling PC design, fabrication, and assembly. Head over to hydrotechpc.com. And also want to give a huge shout out to R&R Racewear over at r-rracewear.com for racing apparel in your diecast cars. And Loud Pedal Gaming over at facebook.com/Loud Pedal Gaming. But yeah, Nashville, I don't have too much experience with this track. It's a short track, so that's going to be a huge thing. But the little bit that I do know about it, it's pretty quick for a short track.
Yeah, Josh, I've actually, I'll have to be honest, tonight is the first time I've actually seen the track because I just bought it tonight. But I am excited to see what it can bring for us. It's honestly, it's very similar to Lucas Oil, so I expect close racing, a lot of close quarter, just a little bit of banging and beating, but not too much.
Yeah, absolutely. And tonight's race info, I think the format was supposed to be the short track special for the top 15 qualifiers advancing to the feature, kind of like a heat race section, but I think the word that we got was the heat race section was not loaded properly in, so it looks like everybody will be moving on to the feature. And that feature is going to consist of 150 laps, so 89.4 miles around this track. We do have one fast repair, which is going to be very, very crucial here tonight as well, too. And 3 green-white checkers. Now, typically they have a tire wear set. I didn't see anything like that mentioned in the race tonight, but if there are any tire limits, I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's most likely going to be 2 or 3, which is what they typically run here in this series. So 150 laps. That is it's quite a bit. Guys are going to
but it's going to go so fast that we're not even going to realize it.
Yeah, you're gonna blink. It's almost like Indy last week. The guys did a really good job. If you missed that broadcast last Thursday, keeping it clean. I mean, we had little incidents, nothing too major compared to what it was like. Lucas Oil being one of the biggest ones, but Nashville is going to be a completely different beast. And you're throwing ARCA cars on top of that, which already kind of kick out on the rear end, and you're gonna incorporate a short track on top of that. So it's going to be very interesting, but I like the layout of this track, that's for sure.
Yeah, I like the good banking in the corners. I also want to say that through practice I've been watching, of course the McCann brothers have been fantastic, but they've been very loose on exit of 4 and the exit of 2. So as you can see right there, the 54 was coming out of 2, and he was spinning right there. But that's what we're going to see tonight.
Yeah, the McCanns have pretty much dominated this whole entire series, and while we're talking about them, I do want to bring up the standings going into tonight's race. Brian McCann already with 3 wins, topping out at 302 points amongst Neil Quick, who's been in second for quite a while at 241. And then, of course, Brian's brother Kevin McCann with his win in 3rd place. Evan Faust, who had a great battle at Indy alongside Neil Quick, Brian McCann, and this guy, Medford, as well, too. He's sitting in 4th. Chris Wally, the conductor of this whole entire series, still sitting pretty in 5th. Joshua Funkhauser in 6th. Brandon Medford in 7th. Matt Henry in 8th. Mike Harper 9th, and Jarrett Widener in 10th. So the point standings, once you get past the top 5, are anywhere between 3 to 6 points, and then you get about to 8th and it starts to drop off. So we're starting to see a huge space in the points section as well too. And like I said, Brian McCann just running away with this thing. We're into qualifying now. We're looking at Brandon Mefford in the 83. Go ahead and take a look at his current time right now. He's sitting in 9th currently. Curious to see how the drivers feel about this track coming into it. I know a lot of them were a little hesitant. But the 18:37 for Brandon's going to put him in 8th. Go ahead and ride on with Chris Quick in that 54. He's got his outlap completed, coming to the backstretch on Nashville.
Yeah, good out here. Oh, he gets sideways. Right there is what we're talking about.
Yep.
We're going to see that quite a bit. But he was, he was going for that hot lap, so he was not letting off that throttle.
No, absolutely. So here we go here. Kyle Steffens in the 08 car, one of the newcomers, has only been in a few races this season. He did pretty well at Indy too. He had a pretty good shot, but we'll have to see how well he can maintain his pacing here at Nashville. And man, turns 1 and 2 come up so quick from that front stretch, I noticed. It's just like, as soon as you come across that front stretch, it's right there.
Yeah, it really is. I just noticed in that last angle, there's a crap ton of DirecTV satellites in the infield.
So Kyle's going to run an 18.50, put him in 12th for his first lap. Neil Quick, our second place points leader, out on the track, completing his first lap there. And we'll
so it looks like
just
a quick update for everybody. Looks like Brian McCann is fastest in practice, or fastest in qualifying, at an 18.150, and then Jarrett Wiedener in second place for his qualifying lap.
Jarrett doing well, 18.195. Neil Quick throwing down a 20.4. Maybe strategy for this one, with it being such a short track, is staying in the back and seeing what happens.
Yeah, being in second place in points, he's going to want to be conservative to an extent, so that way he can, he's got to catch, He's got to catch Brian in first place, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to be lead. Yeah. So he's got to kind of be conservative with Brian starting out front. You never know what could happen. Somebody could brake late and take the leader out, and Chris would then be in the back and safe. But you never know at these kind of short tracks where it's good to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. And these guys are going to have to figure out the track once the race happens. And it's kind of interesting. Like for me, when I try to figure out a track when I'm by myself in testing, it's much different once you get on the field with other guys, because then you start to pick up habits. Ooh, Tim Schofield there in the 12 car, nailing the outside wall on the backstretch. But yeah,
keep it going.
When I'm learning a track and I do it in testing, it's just weird, because what I feel is a good line, and then when you go into practice with other drivers and you're like, okay, they're running something completely different, you start to pick up that knowledge, and the next thing you know, you're pretty quick around the track. The Iowa is like a good indication for me when I was learning a track. I absolutely hated Iowa when I was learning it. And then when I got into my league race and started running with guys and started following their lines, I was like one of my favorite tracks now.
Yeah, and for me, I've actually stopped practicing that way, the way you were speaking of beforehand, without anybody around, because there's such a big difference when your car is in the air. So it's just, I've always, here on out, I find a server with people in it, and I just go practice there, because if you really don't get everything just feels different, like you said.
Yeah, absolutely. So we see the guys gridding up right now. We got a huge close-up shot of that 83 of Brandon Mefford right there as well too. Kevin McCann.
Just shows you how good iRacing really is, and the fantastic job that Chris Wally did on these paint jobs.
Schemes. Oh yeah, these paint schemes are beautiful.
I cannot say enough good things about how these cars turned out.
While these guys are gridding, we'll go ahead and bring you today's grid by R&R Racewear. Starting in row 1, your leader for tonight, Brian McCann, sitting in that first place position. Jarrett Widener in second. Row 2, Matt Henry and Kevin McCann. Row 3, Stoney Benfield and Jimmy Fraser. Row 4, Evan Faust and Brad McDaniel.
Row 5 is going to be Paul Bunzel, and next to Brandon Mefford in the number 83. And in row 6, Hunter Clark in the number 11. And Kyle Stephens in the 08. Row 7, Tim Schofield, who we just saw his qualifying lap where he tagged that outside wall. He'll be starting in 13th in the number 12 car. Vincent Short in the number 150. And in row 8, Joshua Funkhauser in the 15. And David Trumbley in the 96.
Row 9, Jeffrey Goldbolt in the 92, Chris Wally in the 5. Row 10, Chris Quick in the 54, Mike Harper in the 4. Row 11, Dakota Clark in the 34, Neil Quick in the 2. And then rounding out the bottom half here, Kyle Pendergraph in the 14 and Ken Harper rounding out the field. So, do you want to do picks now or do you want to wait?
You know what? I'm going to go... You know who I was going to pick? I don't think he's racing tonight, so I'm going to have to go... I'm going to go with Paul Bunzel.
Okay. Nice.
And the number 9. He'll be starting in 9th place.
Well, I think I'm going to go with Evan Faust because he showed some promise in the last couple of races, and he's up into, what, 7th? So, yeah, I'll definitely go with him. A green flag in the air here at Nashville, and Wheeler just getting a huge run and taking that spot away from Brian.
Oh, to the outside wall. Already getting their stripe as we head off into turn 3 and 4. Cars are really backing up together. I was confused on that start because for some reason on my end it showed it was green flag and white flag at the same time. So I was really confused.
Laps here in Nashville. Guys are doing a great job keeping it steady here. Just about single file line throughout until you get about 10th places in with Brad McDaniel in the 32. He's racing alongside that 11 car of Hunter Clark. Brad, and just as I say that, Hunter getting loose on the inside and looks like the caution's out, but I doubt it's going to be for that.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was the issue.
See if we can take a look.
Oh, it's the number 92.
All right, let's roll it back a little bit. So the 92.
Just, you see, he's going off here into the corner, and right here on the exit, he touches that apron. You really don't want to do that, but he did a great job. Didn't hit nothing, didn't hit the wall, didn't hit anybody. So that, to me, is a win for him because his night is not ruined, and he still has that one quick repair for when something does happen. And just before... just after that, in a turn 1 and 2, someone got a little sideways and saved it.
Get on board with Chris Wally. He's right behind Goldbolt there, and you see in the 92 down low, hits the apron there, sends her around, and Wally gets around that pretty clean. So no damage from anyone there, which is always great to see. Don't want to end the night already 5 laps into it. And,
no, he did a really good job.
Chat, if you want to join along as well too and put your picks in, you can do that as well. Always glad to see who you're rooting for as well. But yeah, 5 laps down, got our first caution out, and let's hope this isn't going to be the first of many.
I don't know. It was a good restart. We didn't have a restart like that at Indianapolis, so I expect it to be much better.
I wonder, I wish I could design cars, like just, I mean, obviously with this being an IROC series and everything, like I just like look at the guys that do iRacing stuff as far as custom paints, and a lot of it blows me away by what people can do.
And I really like what they've done with this series, because they've got the IROC aspect to it with all the paint jobs, but each person still has some individuality to their paint job. Like right here, Jarrett, he's got a chrome purple. You know, other guys just kind of have a normal color. So there's a couple guys that got chrome, and that kind of just gives them their own feel for it. Like it's still their car, but it's still part of the IROC series, and I think that's really cool.
And looks like
I'm a sucker for good chrome.
Michael Trahan in the chat is rooting for Brian. He's gonna win it. That guy is insane, he says. Absolutely. Brian is insane.
Jarrett's been getting some great starts though on this.
Absolutely.
He's been able to get in front of Brian, and and that could be what it takes, is to stay in front of Brian, and that may get in his head a little bit, because he's not gonna be able to see that wall comes up quicker than you think.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
that
The
may be the saving grace.
Looks like it kind
right
of just
here.
comes out and bites you.
Man.
Looks like Kevin McCann's got his hands busy there with Frazier in the number 6 car right now, battling side by side for the last couple of laps.
And I don't know what the preferred line is here.
I mean, typically with these type of tracks, it's probably high entry and low.
Okay.
That's the only thing I could think of that would make the most sense, especially on a track that's so loose. This track, to be completely honest, this track reminds me a little bit of Five Flags as far as like the personality of it, because Five Flags is a very loose track. The banking is probably not as intense. Actually, man, almost the same. Honestly, if I put them side by side, this could be a good candidate for Five Flags, for sure.
Oh, looks like we got a wreck on the front stretch.
And we're staying in green here.
Oh, saved it. Wow.
Looks like we have 3 wide somewhere. Thought I saw McDaniel for a second with a 32. 3 wide, doesn't look like it.
Looked like it was. So I'm going back just to give everybody. Hunter Clark got a little loose off the corner, but he saved it. He just tapped the back end of his car on the inside of the wall. So that is why we're still green. There technically wasn't a wreck, so we are still green here. Lap 13 of 150 here at Nashville. And this looks
Daniel battling quick.
Oh yeah.
And then back up front, still a decent amount of space up here. Jarrett Widener still leading this thing. Brian McCann in second. Jimmy Frazier now pushing himself to third, passing Kevin McCann to 133. It looks like Matt Henry might have gave a little bump there.
I don't know. It looked like Frazier just got a little loose, and then McCann caught up to him.
See, I mean, these top 5 guys right here are just kind of pulling away. Paul Buzzell sitting in 6th with Evan Faust and Brandon Medford.
Yeah, there we go.
And
that's what I'm talking about.
When we were doing our picks, I'm assuming the guy we were probably going for was Medford. Correct?
Oh, there's 2. The number 9 was who I.
Paul Buzzell. Well,
yeah, it was Paul.
You said the guy that you were originally going to go for wasn't here.
Oh, correct. Oh, looks like we got a caution. Let's see.
Oh, yeah. 96 of
Trumbull
is involved in this. It looks like Jeffrey Goldbolt involved. Brad McDaniel also involved in that. Not sure where that started, but we're definitely going to focus on that 96 of Trumbull there. Here we go.
Oh, so it looks like 32.
Oh, okay.
32
like
got
12,
into the...
Yeah, the 12 and the 32 got into it. Let's take a look back here. Looks like this happens on the front stretch.
And then the 92 just slams into the back of the 96. That was a late. I don't know why he wasn't checking up, because you see the 96 is going down low, and the 92 just slams right into the back.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there, but the 92 does not let up at all. We're going to look at two different things here. I want to look at Chris Wally again because he had almost another close call with this one. So let's take a onboard with him here. Coming off of turn 4, you're going to see everything unfold right in front of him. McDaniel kind of shoots up a little bit.
Oh! Wow.
And then there's the mayhem behind him, Trumbley.
Oh,
and
poor Trumbley.
That's the next one I want to look at. Jeffrey Goebold in the 92. Not 100% sure what he was doing, but typically caution means slow down. So
yeah, it's like he didn't lift at all. I'm going to listen.
So a little bit further back, see the incident right here on the front stretch. He just goes. Tremblay just...
I don't understand what... I don't understand why he's not letting off the gas.
Yeah,
that's
unfortunately, that's going to really ruin his night. I mean, involved in the first self-spin, now he's not the reason for the caution, but that's the last thing you want to do. You're going to tear it up, and now you're going to have to use a quick repair and hope for the best for the rest of the race.
Yeah. Tremblay, I'm...
Number 2, 21 laps in.
I think it's Tremblay. I just love the damage model on these cars because Tremblay's over here running around with a bumper hanging off. So...
Yeah, they need to bring this to Cup Series cars and really everything, to be completely honest. It's really nice.
So Tremblay's just going to stay out there? I thought maybe he would... maybe, we'll see. I don't know, but I don't know if that's a good call. But we'll see.
Might as well go ahead and get it repaired while you can, but at a short track, it's tough, I will say.
Wow, what a start. And Fraser's going to get to the inside of Brian. Is he going to be able to clear him, though? That's going to be the hard part, because that outside lane has been prevailing. And he's going to clear him here, heading into 3 and 4.
And further back, we almost have a
Brian,
action.
is Brian trying to... Oh, he's pushed himself right in there.
Yeah, so we see Brian McCann and Kevin McCann kind of with each other now.
I heard. Oh, and Tremblay is... Oh, yeah, I don't know if that... Tremblay is going to have to come in and get that fixed. I'm watching him, and he's looser than a regular car right now.
Oh, absolutely. With the back end damage that he is suffering with, I guarantee you that thing is going to kick out from him sooner rather than later.
Back to the front.
Yep.
Fraser is really knocking on that door of Jared. I'm wondering where he's going to make his move and if he's going to make it peacefully. Here at lap 25, 150. I wouldn't think he's trying to make an enemy right now, but is he going to give a little... Oh!
Right now.
He is getting a really good run off. He's going to go to the inside of him here. Start-finish line. He's not going to be able to get underneath him just enough. Jared's going to come right back down and block him. Not intentionally, just riding his line, but then behind these two you got the McCann brothers, so they're both kind of, you know, whatever happens, one of us will pass you. It's okay. Very common. You got both the McCanns, then Matt Henry, Evan Faust in 6th, Paul Buzzell.
Buzzle?
Okay.
Yeah, I've been calling him Buzzle.
Buzzle in 7th, Medford in 8th, Kyle Steffens in 9th, and Joshua Funkhauser in 10th. That's so far your top 10 after 28 laps. And right now it's kind of peaceful. Just a single file. What about the first 7? Yellow flag, and it's Trumblay.
Trumblay causing some accidents. Let's take a look.
I'm pretty sure he was just by himself. Oh.
Actually, it looks like he's going to have a little bit of contact here with the 34 of Dakota Clark right here going into 1.
Oh, he just clipped the piece of debris that was hanging.
I think he was trying to help Tremblay get it off the car, and it ended up ultimately costing him a nice little spin. So let's take a ride and see if we can get a closer look from his point of view.
Oh,
It
gee.
even falls off on his screen, and then
iRacing, put it back on.
Yeah, iRacing's like, nope, can't get rid of me that fast. Gotta stay here for the rest of the race. Now, caution number 3 out. Dakota Clark making contact with David Trumbley into turn 1. And David Trumbley just seems about one of those guys that just can't really stay away from trouble. It's almost like he gets soaked into it. Soaked. I mean, sucked. I don't know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. It's fine. I understood what you were saying. Good group, though. I mean, every week these guys show out, and it's always a good show.
Oh, absolutely. These guys know how to put a show on, and right now, Nashville is getting the best of them. But 31 laps completed, and just like you're saying, I mean, you basically blink and we're almost to the halfway mark. Slowly but surely.
Yeah. Because what are they running? I think they're like running about 18-second laps when they're going.
About.
Yeah.
This is a shorter track than I was expecting for these cars. And they
Yeah,
race Xfinity. They're racing Xfinity here in the official series right now.
And as well as the A series.
Jeez.
I couldn't imagine the Cup cars here. They've got to be really loose.
There's got to be a different package for them bad boys.
Yeah.
All right.
Pace car's heading in. We're gonna see if what Jared's gonna do here. He's had some great restarts, and yet again, he's gonna get that clear lead, and Fraser's gonna come in behind him, and now we'll see what the McCann brothers do with each other, and they've got some company back there with here. Faust and Henry.
Yeah.
He touched.
Faust is in there. It's all Buzzle almost 3 wide with Kyle Steffens.
Oh, man. That outside lane. Look at Faust just get onto the outside of Brian and prevail. Is he on the outside of Kevin? No. Oh, no, there's my pick.
And Buzzle's got a little bit of help there, it looks like.
No caution.
Is that the
there it is.
Yeah, the 08 of Kyle Steffens. Looks like he is a part of that as well, too.
That not looking like a lot of damage though to that number 9 car, so that's great news for me.
Yeah, there's still hope, and he still has a fast repair if he needs it. So I want to say Kyle might have been a part of that. So let's kind of take a look back and see what we can find out here. So that orange and white number 08 right there is the one we're looking at. Buzzle right in front of him in that golden white car.
Oh,
that got a bump.
It looked like he was going under somebody in front of him. Yeah, the number 19. See, he catches him. So this is the front stretch. Now watch as they're going through this corner. 19 checks up for the 1, and then the 9 is kind of close to him and gets him right there.
Yep, yeah, the 9 checks up just a little bit, and fortunately 08 had nowhere else to go.
And who was that? The number 2, Neil Quick. Quick on the steering wheel. Because he was right there and cleared them both.
Yeah, it looks like Buzzle made a little bit of contact with Henry.
Doesn't look like it shouldn't be bad though.
No, it doesn't look that bad. Just a little scraped up, it looks like, so he should be fine. I don't think Kyle got a whole lot of damage either, so he should also be doing pretty well with that as well. So Jarrett Widener still our leader here, 37 laps into it. Jimmy trying to battle him for that lead, but Jarrett is just getting fantastic restarts here.
Yeah, leaders have not pitted yet, correct? I don't think so. Okay.
Yeah, no one's pitted yet, it looks like.
So it'll be interesting because I think it was at Lucas Oil. They went the whole race without pitting. So I don't know what a fuel run is here at Nashville, but
I'm expecting these guys, if they are doing like one or two sets, probably 2 sets of tires, they're probably going to want to push this thing all the way to the halfway mark before wanting to come in for those tires. But as hard as Frazier and Jarrett are battling up front, I'm curious to see how that right front's looking on the leader side.
And we're going to go back green here, and I want to also point out that Brian keeps losing spots on these restarts. Restarts are not his strong point right now. And if you go back, you can see Brian is back a little bit right now from that lead pack. He lost another position, and he has somebody outside him right now. I don't know if Brian is just stuck on that inside lane, but it is not his friend at the moment.
Absolutely not. He's actually battling Joshua Funkhauser right now in 15th, and Funkhauser is trying to gain those points as he is in the top 10 of the standings. So in position to these guys, and pretty much the whole up front besides Jarrett.
Oh, there's a caution.
Is in.
Looks like it's Vincent.
Vincent Short.
Vincent Short, yeah. I saw him sideways on my screen.
But yeah, it looks like pretty much the top 9 besides Jarrett are all in the standings, so it's going to be some crazy battling up there. Take a look at Vincent Short, see what got him in trouble. Again, looks like he just makes contact with the 11 of Clark.
Oh.
Yeah, Clark tries to go in underneath of him, and
Clark just kind of dumped him.
yeah, kind of got it looks like maybe.
Yeah, I would call that a racing incident to an extent, because I mean, I understand what Clark was doing, because here he was kind of doing a crossover, but yeah. I just don't think that was the right time.
Yeah, I think a little bit more patience there probably would have helped the 11
Both
there
of
Clark. Oh, yeah, 100%. But it looked like he had a run, but then decided to not really go for it. And then when he did, it was already too late.
It was, yeah, and that's, you're right. When you look at it, it does look like he was like, should I do this? No, maybe not. But it was, when his nose was already down there, he kind of just... he just went with
plowing. So, caution number 5.
Yeah, because kind of like when these cars kind of connect like that, they kind of just, it's like a gravitational force that once they hit, that's it.
Yeah, and also with iRacing's been having some issues with like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Netcode?
Netcode, yeah. There's always a lot of netcode issues going on as well too, so it is pretty rough. I mean, that's
I'm pretty sure if you look up the definition of netcode, it just says iRacing next to it. That's it. That's the definition.
I can't even imagine the amount of work it goes into to get this amount of guys out into a track and then make sure the connection to every single person is good. The fact that they're able to get it down to where it is now, really most of the net coding isn't terrible. It's just like it's like delayed. Like what should have been a wreck ends up happening like a few seconds later when it doesn't matter anymore. But
and we're going back green here. Jarrett, that start, if he wins this race, it is because his restarts have been flawless. And now we've got the number 78 up there in
Evan
third
Faust,
place.
My pick right there.
I can't find my mouse. There we go.
All the way up to third.
Oh yeah, Evan Faust. Look at you. You knew exactly who to go for.
Just based off of Indy and how he's been doing the last couple of races.
Oh! I'm telling you.
That outside wall coming off of 2, and man, he did a great job collecting that thing and still staying aggressive on Brandon Medford in the 83.
I have not seen Brian struggle at a track yet, but this could be his kryptonite. He's had a couple, but his car's still running good right now, so maybe I'm talking too much. But for the lead, Frazier looked to the inside and thought second of it, and Faust is there.
And we get a caution.
Oh, caution.
As soon as I was about to do an onboard, caution comes out. We can find someone who's damaged. Maybe Paul Buzzle. Looks like he's got more damage on that car.
No, Paul.
Take a look.
Oh, yeah, Vincent got into him. Oof.
Alright, so...
Right here in this turn 3 and 4?
Yeah, 3 and 4. You're going to see Short
here
in the red and white. Buzzle there, and Short liked him. Kind of straightens him out, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure who I would fault for that, to be honest. Because it kind of was both. Because you see Buzzle here is to the outside, but he kind of comes down. Yeah, I'm gonna put that on Paul. He just didn't know that he was inside. It was, it wasn't on purpose, but you see here he just comes right down. But then at the same time,
Buzzle,
Vincent kind of goes up. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like you're saying, I want to watch it from this angle one more time. You can kind of see the lanes. They're clearly marked on the track too, so you're going to see him take the middle lane right here.
And he stays there.
Decides, let me come down. And I don't think he thought, he probably thought it was clear of Patrick, or, is it Patrick? Vincent, sorry. I don't know why. Probably thought he was clear of Vincent Short, and then unfortunately he wasn't, so.
And that will happen a lot, especially at short track, especially also at Daytona Talladega, where your spotter doesn't tell you that somebody's there until either it's too early or too late. So, and it's more late than not.
Yeah, and with the guys using, most of these guys that I'm aware of don't have a human spotter either, and I'm going to tell you, the beauty between a human spotter and the computer spotter, oh man.
It's night and day.
It is night and day for sure. Even with, like, it's just, obviously if you can get a human spotter, get one, it's great, but if you can't, there are so many good pit or spotter, like, packs online you can download that I feel are a lot more accurate than in-game. And I don't know what a lot of these guys run, but sometimes you get one of the spotter packs and it's just it's bad. I had one that was like, it was really delayed, and I thought I had the internet issues, and I'm like, bro, you're telling me someone's up high and I'm already past the car.
Right. iRacing's been around for, oh man, what, about 10 or so years at this point, right?
That I don't know, because I started iRacing really late.
I will find out. I think I'm at 9 years.
Pace car's back in, green flag waves again, and just like that, Jarrett pushed him back up to the front. But this time Frazier stays with him, kind of starting to get the rhythm of what Jarrett in the 33 is doing. Side by side all the way down the backstretch and the front leaders. And McCann is getting a great run on the high side, and Faust is going to join him up there coming off of turn 4. Now Widener is going to lose almost 3 spots here as Frazier and McCann clear him coming off of 4. And now he's got a handful with Faust, and it looks like the high side's working in the later runs here. You see Faust going past. Medford now in the 83 is seeing that door wide open. Either Jarrett Widener's tires are done for, or that high line is starting to truckle. They make contact.
Oh man,
it's just a little bit.
This is not good for Jarrett.
Yeah, choo-choo, the train is coming because everyone is going on that high side right now. Henry
He is
that
fallen
lane.
all the way back to...
He's all the way to 6th now.
Yeah.
Back up front, Brian McCann up to 5th. Had some issues with that outside wall on the backstretch. Looks like he is making friends with that now. Evan Faust still sitting 3rd, trying to work on Kevin McCann in the 133. Jimmy Frazier in the 6th, leading this thing now. Finally getting around. And now we're pretty much single file all the way through. Chris Wally.
Yeah, look at Chris Wally picking spot ups. Oh, Trumbley and
Trumbley and Buzzle.
not my number 9.
Humber
Oh.
not having a great night at all.
Paul, I'm gonna have to come down to your team chat and kind of coach you through this, buddy. I needed you to win.
Caution out again, lap 59. Take a look, we kind of saw a little bit there, but Paul Buzzle involved in that one. Let's see what we can see here. The Trumbull on the high side. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Trumbull just nails the outside wall.
And nails Paul. Like just.
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely
man.
Obliteration there.
I hope Paul had not used his.
It looks like he
Let's ride on board with Paul.
Alright, here we are.
Let's see. I bet he doesn't even have a single clue. Okay, so he goes to the inside here. Does he even see what happens? No. Oh.
Yeah, those are the scariest wrecks. I'm not even gonna lie. When you are completely clear of the guy, and then out of nowhere, he just destroys you. Like, I've actually had like a jump scare while racing because of stuff like that.
That's funny.
I'm like so focused, and the next thing I know, I'm like, okay, got around that guy. Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah. And next thing you know, you're flying in the air. Oh, and see, he didn't even know Paul was there. Like.
Yeah, it kind of just softened the blow a little bit. So unfortunately, 96 again involved in an unfortunate incident, this time collecting the 9 of Paul Buzzle. That outside wall comes up quick.
So back to what I was talking about last caution. So iRacing came out when I just got out of high school. 2008 was the first release of iRacing.
Dang.
So it has come a long way. I know back then I was racing on R Factor because that was a thing back then. R Factor and NASCAR Sim Racing was my big racing games at that time. And then I discovered iRacing, and that's all she wrote. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah,
lap 62.
Never raced R Factor.
Well, after you go to iRacing and you go to R Factor, it's terrible.
Alright, so.
Oh, a little check up there through the rows.
Kevin McCann gets a great restart on this one as well. Medford now up there. It looks like, oh, okay. Jarrett back up to third after all that chaos.
These guys go to the pits because we have a totally different.
No. It looks like
somebody
some guys did go
Fraser
in.
did.
Fraser went in. Chris Quick went
and
in.
And Evan Faust.
Yep, they took their pit stop. That was about all that was up front. So the top 10 are the only ones who have pitted in.
That is scary.
64 laps on those tires, but most of those being caution laps.
The number 54, Chris Quick.
There he is in turns 3 and 4 right before pit entrance. Not sure if he made contact with anybody.
And
there's
then
92.
92.
Just not really sure what's happening there. I'll take a look at Quick and see what happened. But now we're starting to get into the caution breeding caution factor of the race.
And that's unfortunate for Chris because he just went into the pits. So.
Let's take a look here. There's going to be a lot of chaos. Okay, the 32.
Oh, well, that was netcode.
Yeah, let's take a look again. Kind of go from a different angle. So turn 1 and 2, 32 coming underneath.
Really good run from the 32.
Yeah, got a great run. Checks up just a little bit, and then kind of sends it in to turn 3.
And then 92. Oh.
Like the 32 just putting the nose where he thought it was going to stick, and unfortunately Quick gets the bad side of that one. So let's take a ride on the 32. There we go. You see him check up a little bit right here on the backstretch. And then just barely collects it.
Oh, he almost gets him too.
As well too. Just a little pinch, but I also think was Trumbley involved in that, or was that the 92? Let's try the 92 because we saw him kind of spread out on the front stretch for some reason. I think he was involved in that.
Okay, so he gets into the wall right here. Oh.
All right, here we go.
Okay. So he's coming off the backstretch. He's on that high lane, and he goes to the outside, and he goes to miss. He touches that outside wall, and then...
Oh, he just cuts in front of Short.
Oh, yeah.
And then Short takes him out.
Can't say I blame Short for what happened there.
Guys, not knowing, I mean, caution's coming out. You got to remember there are no rules in iRacing that state that you race back to the flag. So just
Correct.
keep that in mind. When you're in caution mode, you are not gaining any positions whatsoever. And the last thing you want to do is try to push it and get around. There is no Short and Go Bolt. Looking like a little something's happening here.
Radio is quiet, so I don't think so. I don't know.
Well, back up front. Kevin McCann, Brandon Medford up 1-2. Jarrett Widener in the 33 in third. Brian McCann in fourth. And Neil Quick in the number 2, finding his way up to the 5th spot.
Neil Quick. Oh, that's who I wanted to choose. Neil Quick.
Yeah,
I couldn't find him.
He's been there the whole time.
Well, now I can't change now.
Nope, you can't. You still got Buzzle. Buzzle's still in the lap, 18th spot. Even on a short track, that's pretty good, being involved in a couple of incidents. The boys are back racing, and McCann and Medford going at it, while Jarrett's trying to reclaim that third place spot from Brian McCann. Neil Quick is getting into this one. Up to 6, trying to get into the fun. Now we got a side-by-side battle back here for 8th, or 7th, sorry. Jimmy Frazier in that 6 car, and Matt Henry in the 19. Frazier taking that spot away.
Just so everyone knows who's watching, Frazier has had a pit stop, so he has fresh tires, and he's going to be working through this field as best he can.
Absolutely, those fresh tires are going to really come into play. Nobody else in the top 6 ahead of him has pitted, so he's going to make short work.
Oh!
Who was that, Trumbley?
Good, yes.
Trumbley just
He was serving a... Oh, he's...
looks like he's got a jacked up wheel.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh.
And it looks like he's getting her back to the pits.
Woo!
Meanwhile, Neil Quick kind of took a pretty abrasive entrance to that.
Oh, loop behind him.
Sideways off it too. There's just action
that
all
was
over
good.
the place right now.
Oh, number 9 and 12. Wreck on the backstretch.
Oh no, the gold and yellow cars. Puzzle once again, just getting it. We'll see who's at fault on this one.
Paul, I am so sorry if I cursed you by choosing you. It's always whenever the broadcasters choose the person, it can go really good or really bad.
Yeah, it's what it always seems like. So you're going to see Buzzle there in the golds, Schofield in the 12, kind of far back. It'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Oh!
Not really sure from that angle.
Looks like the 12 just gets into the back of Paul. Like, the 12 had a better run.
Let's see. I mean, yeah, there's so much space on the front stretch. Buzzle, looks like Buzzle checks up a little bit to get to that low line. Yeah, the 12.
But then it looks like he checks up and then...
Oh, but
like, I don't understand how fast he got there.
Let's ride with Short real quick, because I think Short even checked up as well, too. We're going to do behind the back cam here.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Short checks up. So there you see Buzzle in the frame, Tim behind him. Yeah, right there.
Oh, yeah.
So Short just checks up just a little bit, just enough to slow down Buzzle, and unfortunately...
And Buzzle gets the short end of that stick.
He does, yeah. When you're the one in the middle, it's the last place you want to be during something like that. So even though Vincent Short checked up just a little bit, it is going to be on.
I really don't know who.
Field there.
Oh yeah, true.
Maintaining his car, unfortunately. So we're gonna have
Paul. I still believe in you.
Yeah,
lap 77.
He's still got plenty of time. I mean, the car's looking good. Actually, I don't think he did use a fast repair when I thought.
I don't think so either.
Time. So, pretty sure he just used it there. So he might still have a pretty good chance of this. Right now, so far, 9 laps in, Buzzle has been involved in 3 incidents currently, and it's 2 of them.
Don't tell me how many Trumbley's been in.
2.
What?
Mm-hmm.
It's been more than that.
No, he was involved in caution number 3 and caution number 7.
But he was self-spin number 1 as well.
No, that was.
Oh no, that was 92.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
They have their numbers are really close together.
And their schemes are very close.
Yeah, they're almost like brothers, but not. Hey, 90 or 90, 70. Now I got the number stuck in my head. 79 laps down here in Nashville. And
getting dyslexic over here.
Jan and Medford still running away with this thing up front. Jimmy Frazier, Matt Henry, top 4. Green flag back in the air.
Frazier moving up into 3rd on that restart. Gets right around Henry, no problem. But remember, he has better tires than these guys.
Yeah, Frazier looking at 20 laps on their tires. The 2
Oh, and he's really trying to get inside of Medford.
Yeah, Brandon Medford and Kevin.
Oh, and the 33 is around, 15's around. Oh.
Joshua Funk. Oh no, our leader, the 33 of Jarrett Widener, getting collected. Doesn't look too bad in the front. Joshua Funkhauser also involved in that one as well. So let's take a look and see what came to be on the front stretch. Who got into who and where and why.
The who, what, when, where, and why of iRacing.
So you see the 2 and the 33 there. 33 gets loose, actually. Oh, okay. He touches the apron out of 4, and the 11 collects the 15 and takes the 15 around. So, yeah, Jarrett just got a little taste of that inside apron and unfortunately just upset that car quite a bit.
And that is easy to do when you're back in the field. You're getting antsy. You're trying to get back up there. You know you're fast. You know you got one of the quickest cars out there. And look, they're almost 3 wide up there. I don't know who that was to the outside. And then he just
barely touches that apron too. Like, it's not even that bad at all.
Oh, and did he even touch the inside wall? If he did, it wasn't very much.
Yeah, I think Joshua Funkhauser got the worst into that one only because of the fact that he came back down into the wall. But you're going to see the 11 of Clark right here go high. That's net code.
That's definitely net code because he did not touch him.
100% net code. Let's go back just a little more.
I'd like to see. Is there like an aerial view of this?
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. There we go. Yeah, you see the 11.
So from this angle, it looks like he collects them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's 100% net code. So unfortunately, that's gonna be due to just a connection issue for sure.
That is unfortunate.
Caution number 10 out here in Nashville, and pretty sure it just has to do with the self spin there with Jarrett, and of course Joshua just getting the treatment from the number 11. But again, you know, you have a server like this, something's bound to go wrong.
Yeah, and I've got to say these guys are doing a much better job than what happened in Indianapolis. Lucas Soil.
Yeah.
Lap 85, 150. It's not been wild wrecks for no reason. It's been, legitimate accidents.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of it's been heavy racing, nothing too crazy. We've kind of had a big one on the front stretch when we saw the 96 and the 9 kind of get into it. But other than that, I mean, most of these wrecks have been like two or three cars, if that. Nothing too crazy at all.
Pace lights are off.
Looks like Kevin McCann and Brandon Frazier, I'm looking at Jimmy. Brandon Medford are still deciding to stay out here. 86 laps currently on their set of tires. Jimmy Frazier, 26. So a whole 60 lap fresher tires on that number 6 car who's sitting in 3rd place. Matt Henry also on 86 lap tires. So Frazier's got the best set so far in the top 4. But green flag back out, and Frazier's going to move Medford out of the way and gets a little loose.
Woo!
So this track seems to be one of those tracks where if you got to hit your line. Like you cannot shortchange yourself on the backstretch or coming off of turn 2, it seems like.
And Frazier's going to look to the inside. Great shot here coming down the backstretch. Ooh, guy gets loose back there in the back.
This is Brandon Medford that we're riding along with now, the 83. Jimmy Frazier right behind him. See him battling to the inside.
Big wreck. Oh, wow. This one's...
Widener, I see, is in that one again.
Yeah, a lot of people.
McDaniel is in this one.
Short.
Vincent Short. The front bumper of someone's car is sitting on pit exit. Looks like the 11 of Hunter Clark. So a lot to digest here. Let's see what happens. Do a blimp view because there's going to be a lot. I think it might start. Oh, actually, it started a little bit ahead.
Started way in front of them. And the 11 just slams into Brian McCann. Oh!
All right, so here we go. So Brian McCann and the number 1, 32 of Brad McDaniel. See him coming off of 4, almost nails the wall, collects McCann, and McCann is going to go around.
He's touched there, and the 11, boom.
Just sends the crushing blow to McCann's car. Comes in like... Man,
a wrecking ball.
Comes in so hard, yeah.
Cue the Miley Cyrus music.
Well, this is the 11. The wreck is going to happen much further up the track. You're going to see it right here off of 4.
See the smoke right there.
Yep.
And then, oh!
And almost makes it, and then
gosh.
So 32 is going to bring out caution at number 11, and a lot going on here.
That's the biggest wreck we've had all night.
Absolutely. It was bound to happen. You got a short track racing. Everyone's racing real hard. But, yeah, 32.
Looks like the 83 of Medford looks like he went into the pits.
Brian McCann just not having a good one so far, sitting in 16th currently. Like Brandon Medford's back there as well too, so he finally decided to take his pit stop. But the one guy up front who hasn't taken that pit stop is the 133 of Kevin McCann. He's trying to push this thing as far as he can go, and quite honestly, with the amount of cautions you're seeing, you're going to start taking your strategy and kind of twisting it a little bit. You're pretty much planning for cautions at this point, so you're pretty much racing for cautions.
Right.
So I think for his strategy staying out, he knows how well his wear is on those tires. He can tell how the car is reacting. So this could be huge for Kevin, but the one guy he's got to worry about is number 6, Jimmy Frazier, right there beside him. Again, 60 lap fresher tires. That's going to be a huge deal on this restart. Frazier's got clean air, so anything can happen. If you're just joining us, welcome. We're at Nashville, Tennessee, 150 laps. 94 of those completed, and the green flag is back underway. Frazier not getting the restart he wanted, couldn't clear Kevin McCann. Kevin McCann got all open air in front of him, but just right behind him, right there.
He is all over him.
All over that back bumper.
Frazier's not going to give up. He's going to try to the outside, come back down to the inside. He's going to have a great run coming off the corner here. Oh, is it going to be enough to get to the inside?
92 is spinning on the backstretch.
Oh, no. Short. All of those guys just got fast repairs. And he just...
Bolt is not happy.
No.
Bolt looks like he is going to retire. But let's take a look and see if there was bad blood there. Alright.
Yep.
Pick it up high. The Joshua Funkhauser's around, so the 92, keep an eye on him. Nope, just gets loose. And Jared.
So I want to point out here, keep watching. Short gets hit here. I believe he went after Short right here. He goes after him again. They've had issues this whole night, and watch what happens here. Goes straight for him.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And then leaves.
Fortunately, that's something you just kind of have to keep in check. The other thing I do want to point out, though, is this right here. The 92, watch what happens when he gets loose. Right here. Goes back up the track.
Yeah.
If you know iRacing, the one thing people like to be upset about the most is holding the brakes. And that's something that I say quite a bit in broadcasts, regardless of who it is, but all of that could have been prevented.
Yeah. All he had to do was stay low. There's no reason for what. This is bad sportsman right here.
Yeah, unfortunately, and then trying to deliver a blow to Vincent Short there. I mean, it's going to end your night. So Jeffrey Goldbolt is gone. He will be suspended from the race, 2 laps down, currently 21st. And yeah,
I do want to add that he did. He left under his own power.
Yeah, I didn't mean he was
you said,
kicked.
The way you said,
the way I said it made it sound worse than it was. He removed himself from the race.
Yeah. You used the word suspended. I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, not suspended. For the books.
I do believe that they will review that situation. I mean, just entirely, the 92 has been in some different incidences throughout the night, so I imagine the admins will look over that after tonight's race and determine what his punishment could be. But personally, I do think something would be coming because a lot of that was uncalled for.
Absolutely. But 49 laps to go here at Nashville. Guys are getting it lined back up. 12 cautions so far. Not crazy.
Tempers.
But yeah,
tempers
tempers are flaring. I mean, we're almost halfway through the season, which is honestly crazy to even think about.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're race number 7 of 16.
I don't know why I thought it was 28 races. I must be thinking of some other league.
Yeah, halfway through.
Oh, that's our truck series.
Yeah, halfway through.
Oh, we're back under green. I think you are behind.
Oh, I am. Sorry. Sorry about that, guys. I'm over here talking and not even paying attention. But anyways, Kevin McCann back out front. Jimmy Frazier in the 6th car. Evan Faust and Matt
Frazier
out the top 4.
Oh, is he going to go? Frazier's to that inside. I think he's finally going to get around him here in this through 1 and 2. Maybe not clear him on the backstretch, but he's got the line that he wants. He wants Kevin to stay to that high side. He's going to keep digging that inside lane. Carr is handling real well down there. And he is, nope, not cleared him yet.
Yeah, McCann's making that top line work really well. McCann's been doing a great job with that top line, to be completely honest.
That is going to ruin those tires on that number 6.
I saw... Whitener almost collecting the outside wall. Does a great job. I was going to say, I saw him get loose on the backstretch off at 2, and then rode on board with him, and he almost collected the outside wall into 4, but back up front, Frazier does pass McCann for that first place position, and now Evan Faust is looking to get in there as well. That Faust, 45 laps on his tires. Kevin, 106. But still, with 106 laps on, most of those being caution laps, I mean, sticking it in 2nd right now is not bad. We got Kyle Steffens. He's been involved in a couple of
this is a tight battle right here.
Yep, Matt Henry behind
these 4
him
guys.
19. Now Kyle making his way up into the top 5 finally. Had some early on issues in that 08. Got collected with the number 9, but now trying to truck it to the front. A win for him would be huge for a rookie in this series. So,
and cautions out. Mufford and Funkhauser, and it looks like Vincent Short's on the inside. I think Vincent might have been just a self-spin. I think.
Vincent.
There's a couple different incidences here. There's this one, and then there's the 83 and the 15 on the front stretch.
Yeah, it looks like the 83 and the 15. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he gets.
Almost.
Oh.
Yeah, watch Mefford here. Almost collects. Who is that? Oh, right there.
Oh, 96, I think.
96 to Trumbley. Just squeezes on by that one. I'm going to ride on board with him and see what he saw, because...
Probably new pants. That's
he was definitely clinching, that's for sure.
New pair of jeans.
He's like, please, not this again, not this again. Alright, we're on board with Trumbley here. Let's take a look. No, incident's going to happen right in front of the blue and white car. See the smoke? Oh, actually... Yeah, right here. Look at this. Oh!
Woo!
Just, if someone was in the passenger seat, could have gave him a high five.
And I'm not sure what happened with Vincent, because he was down there by himself in turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that one. So that was
before
what brought the caution out, and then as the caution was out, we had a little incident with Short here.
Looks like he's all by himself.
I guess he's racing somewhere.
The ghost of the 92 car.
Maybe he's racing his personal best or something. I'm not sure.
The ghost of Jeffrey Gilmore.
Yeah. He thinks Jeffrey's still on the track and he's trying to get away, but don't worry, Short. Jeffrey is gone. So, 100 laps completed. Caution number 13.
111. I can't count.
Yeah, it's hard
sometimes. Or read.
You know, it's hard to count. But I'm pretty sure... Nope, Kevin McCann still deciding to stay out. Maybe he's trying to push this thing all the way to the end.
Oh, Frazier. Did Frazier go in? Yeah, he did. Wow, I'm surprised.
That is surprising, actually. And now we got the top 11 looking like they have the oldest tires, but man, Kevin McCann, 112 laps on them bad boys, has not pitted once. The only one who has not pitted this race. And beside him, Evan Faust in that 78, Kyle Steffens in the 08, our leader coming into this. Jarrett Widener in the 33, back to 4th now. Brian McCann, we saw earlier, had an incident and dropped him all the way back down to 16th. He's now found him way back up to 5th. And look at there, Chris Wally in the number 5 car. Finally getting up there amongst these guys, trying to stay away from trouble, and now he's up to 6. We would do driver interviews, but with this being such a short track and fast cautions are a thing at these tracks, it is extremely hard to try to get in some driver interviews. So but stick around, because at the end the top 3 will be interviewed, and it's literally anybody's game at this point.
Yeah, it really is. And green flag is back out, and there's Paul up there fighting for position next to Chris.
Paul in 6th place, so your pick still has a great
Do
chance.
not count him. Oh, it looks like somebody's in the wall back there, but still green flag.
Clark in the 34 collect the outside wall just a little bit. Hunter Clark's dropping back a lot right now.
3 wide. Woo! They ended that real quick.
Yeah,
no pun intended.
Is definitely not going to be doable here. So don't try that. Back up front, we got single file all the way up to about 9th, it looks like. Yeah, the top 10 guys all single file. Oh, and just like that, Stoney Benfield and Chris Medford, or Brandon Medford, sorry, collecting one another, and Chris Quick.
Good job, everybody.
Man, you saw Stoney Benfield's car on top of Brandon Medford.
Good save, though. Benfield really doesn't have any damage from that. Memford, I bet he wishes he did not go to the pits.
Take a look at this one here. Right on board with him. See Benfield in the 66 just kind of keeping it. Might have went up just a little bit on Benfield. Maybe the other camera angle made it look a little bit more dramatic, but I could have swore Benfield was on top of Medford's car.
That was
look from this angle
wild.
Here. Medford coming up just a little bit. And Chris Quick, and he had a close one as well too. Right on board with him real quick. Checks up pretty nice. Okay, so he's the one that lifted Medford's car up just a little bit, but just a little scrape, nothing too major. But the way that caution looked, it definitely looked worse than it probably is on the car, honestly. Well, now, not much changed. Obviously, 119 laps completed. 13, actually caution number 14 out here. Everyone's pretty much staying in their spots. Chris Wally lost a spot to Paul Buzzle on that 9 car, so that's going to move him up a spot. These guys are just kind of hanging out, and while we're under this caution, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, R&R Racewear over at r-rracewear.com. Go get your racing apparel, die-cast cars, whatever tickles your fancy for racing. R&R Racewear has it. Loud Pedal Gaming over at facebook.com/Loud Pedal Gaming. Just a streamer, you know, just kind of chills, does whatever he wants to do. But he's kind of a staple for the series. You might notice on the last lap, we call it the Loud Pedal Gaming Last Lap. Dedicated to that guy, so huge shout out to him. And then our newest sponsor, Hydrotech PC. They specialize in custom liquid cooling PC. They design, fabricate, assemble anything from homes, businesses, events, and gaming. You can go over to hydrotechpc.com. Let them know that IROC sent them over there. Thank you guys so much for the sponsors. We really appreciate it. Couldn't make this possible without them.
Yeah, huge shout out to those guys, because a lot of people I know, they actually enjoy watching this series specifically just because they've liked IROC in the past.
Absolutely. You don't see too many guys do IROC series style stuff, and then this series is doing it the best in my opinion. So.
And back to green.
Yeah, green flag back in the air, and this is going to be absolute insanity. Again, I'm still surprised Kevin McCann is still on the same set of tires he's came in with, and I'm guessing fuel is clearly not a problem. Oh no, Evan Faust.
Woo!
I'm not sure what happened there, but Evan almost collected a leader, and caution's out.
I'm not sure. Looks like 96.
Trumbley. Take a look. Go ahead and bring up the replay. Oh. 96 here. Oh, Benfield. Okay, Benfield just, I don't know what happened there. It looks like Benfield just slammed on the brakes. Right in front of Trumbley. Not too sure what's happened. Is there a full moon at Nashville? It can't be if it's daytime, so.
If it is, it's not out yet.
Let's, I guess go with Stony Benfield. See what was going on here. I'm very confused. He literally just slows down on the backstretch. Like, I'm a little confused. Alright, let's watch from Trumbley's point of view here. But just watch how fast Benfield in that green car right here slows down. Watch this.
Right,
right here.
Inside. What?
Well, it's almost like he lost power to the car. I really don't know. But Benfield is going to be the reason for that caution right there, and I have a lot of questions. Actually, do me a favor. Can you bring Benfield up here? Is Benfield in Discord?
Let me see.
See if we can get a word with Benfield real quick. See what
He
happened
is
there.
not.
Oh, darn. Well, never mind. I guess we will never know. Benfield bringing out caution number 15 and then number 66. And Trumbley yet again involved in another incident. I need a backstory. It's this. I'm probably gonna lose sleep over this.
I'm gonna lose sleep over a lot of it.
Back up front, this man right here, you can hear it. He's pulling that clutch in, saving some fuel. Kevin McCann up in first. 126 laps in. And he is doing a great job. Evan Faust, we saw in that last restart, almost collect McCann coming off of 4. That was literally terrifying. The last thing you want to do as a competitor is take out the leader. And I couldn't imagine what would go through McCann's head if that would have happened. But again, top 5 not changing much. Kevin McCann, Evan Faust 1 and 2, Kyle Steffens 3rd, Jared Widener in 4th, and Brian McCann 5th. So green flag in the air, and Kevin McCann, huge run going into 1st.
Great
Faust
restart.
getting challenged by Kyle Steffens there in the 08.
And Paul to the inside. It lets off a little bit. He don't want no part of that.
Yeah, Paul Buzzle back up there again.
Both of our guys sitting here in the top 5. Oh,
McCann,
Kyle!
Wow.
Or Brian, I mean.
Yeah, Brian McCann collecting that outside on the front stretch. Does a great job keeping it under control. And now we got almost 3 wide ways racing, and Jimmy Frazier almost collecting.
Woo.
The one of McCann there too. Just got right up to the quarter panel of them. 20 laps to go here at Nashville. Things are starting to get a little spicy. And now Frazier trying to work on Henry. Back up front.
Working on Paul and everybody else in that back.
Not much happened up here. Let's go back to this little battle. Frazier's going to collect Buzzle.
Thought he was going to straighten him out. No caution. Oh, caution's out.
And caution is out again. And man, Frazier is getting aggressive. Let's take a look. We saw a little bit of it happening right there in front of us. But let's see how much room Frazier had on Buzzle.
That was close. Yeah, it was almost bad news for a lot of different guys that were really good.
Blimp cam right here. Yeah, just doesn't get it slowed down really at all. Tries to honestly just send it into turn one and gonna collect Buzzle. Not the way you want to do it with 20 laps to go, that's for sure. Take a look from another angle here. We're right on board with Frazier. You know just how hard he sends it. Actually, not as hard as I thought he would.
Yeah.
You could definitely hear him coming off the accelerator, starting to slow down, just couldn't get it slowed down enough. So he is going to sit up in the 7th. Paul Buzzle is going to get pushed all the way back down to 16th. And you know, one thing I definitely want to say that these guys should really be thankful for is the fact that there are no EOLs for cautions.
Yes.
Because in other leagues that we've broadcasted in, they are very strict with the way cautions work, and we've had a lot of leagues, and even leagues we've been a part of, where if you're the sole person that caused the caution and could not keep control of your car, and you were the reason that caution came out, boom, you get sent back to the line, and if you do it 2 more times, your race is over with.
Yep. It is very strict, but you know, I understand why it has to be that way.
Absolutely. I mean, at the same time, you know, you want hard racing as well too, but you don't want it so hard where guys throw their talent out the window and try to send it. So, but like I said, it looks like Frazier tried his best to get it settled down, and just wasn't enough, and Buzzle is just unfortunately going to collect that side of the story there. So back up front again, nothing much changed. Evan Faust, Kevin McCann been up there 1-2 pretty much the whole other half of this race. Jared Widener, Kyle Steffens, newcomer in the 08, still up front. Brian McCann, we've seen him collecting the walk quite a bit on both the back and front stretch throughout the race. Starting to slowly figure it out, but he's slowly running out of time if he wants to catch his brother up there in the 133, so I have to see what's going on. Wally just sitting pretty in 8th spot, just looking to at least complete a race and get something done. But McCann and Kevin, to be precise, getting a great restart. Wow, Steffens in the 08 doing a crossover on Jarrett in the 33, but it's not going to do anything. They're going to get straightened down on the backstretch. Chris Hawley's got his hands full with Brandon Mefford and Chris Quick in the 54. A little side-by-side action going down the backstretch. And this is where most of the action seems to happen. It's kind of in the middle of the pack, so Mike Harper back here, someone we haven't really talked about all night, sitting in the 4 car, kind of been quiet. And
the yellow, who was that? Henry.
And the 19 getting a lot of damage on that front portion of that car, front left there. I'm going to bring out caution number 17. Do you think we're gonna break the record?
I hope not.
Go back here in my handy dandy notebook. Take a look what we had. Lucas Oil. Okay, so how many do you think we were at Lucas Oil?
16.
We were at 18. We are now
gosh.
at 17 here at
Oh no.
Nashville. We got 9 laps to go as well too, but we need to see what happened to Matt Henry. Caused this caution. I'm not sure if he got collected by somebody. What happened, but it's going to happen right here. Oh yeah, little tail whip by McCann, it looks like. That's an interesting one. Was that right here? McCann's going to get really loose off of 4 right there, and it just brings it back. Maybe scares Henry just a little bit. I'll have to do it on with Henry to see what actually happened there. There we go. Turn 3 and 4. And loses it right there. Yeah, just like barely any contact. That sends Matt Henry into the inside wall.
Things are really heat. We got about 8 laps to go here. And these guys, shoot. Oh yeah, here we go. Kevin McCann, that's who I was trying to think of his name. Sitting here, no pit stop. We've got, what, about 142 laps on his tires.
Yeah, he has not pitted, and I don't think he's going to be pitting at all.
I told you that this strategy might be played by someone because I remember what happened at Lucas Oil.
It's kind of it's a really ballsy move, to be completely honest, but if you do it right, and in Kevin McCann's case, he's definitely doing it right. I mean, his tires, like he's got to be doing a great job of keeping care of them because he's still being competitive and holding on to that first place spot. He lost it for a little bit to Frazier, but Frazier had newer tires and was really pushing, so it's interesting what 144 laps can do, even at a track like Nashville. It's kind of insane to think about.
Yeah, and I'm really interested to see if your pick, Evan Faust, is going to be able to give him anything here on this restart. We do have 3 green white checkers. Hopefully we don't have to use them, but these guys are going to be getting aggressive here in these closing laps.
Absolutely. Jarrett Widener there, our leader coming into the race. That spot back, and we're probably going to see some of the craziest racing here. I'm sure.
Is he going to give him the bump?
Jimmy Frazier.
Oh,
it's gonna collect
massive
a lot of
wreck.
Somebody just passed away. The 54 of Chris Quick, I think, just nailed the outside wall so hard it pushed him into a different dimension. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
But that is hilarious. That's going down as one of your best one-liners ever.
Hey,
someone just passed away.
I'm pretty sure Chris Quick's soul just escaped his body into turn 1. But let's take a look at the 33 of Jarrett Widener, because that's what started it. And then we're going to look at Chris Quick and see what happened there. But, man, Widener had a huge incident. So Frazier, he gets loose coming off of 4. Frazier's there.
Well, actually, I'll kind of get loose right there.
Oh, look at Chris Wally. Oh, gosh.
Oh!
Getting nailed in the back and losing it going into 1. But, man, Wally, again, all that happening in front of him. We need to run on board with Wally once again and take a look at it. He gets on the brakes so well. All right, so here we go. Wally right there with McCann on the 1, coming out of 4. Steffens even gets loose a little bit, and watch this. So, and mayhem behind him. Alright, so let's take a look at Chris Quick. maybe the sound was worse than the incident. I'm not sure, but if you're
I don't know. It looks pretty bad.
If you're sensitive, now's the time to close your eyes. If you have kids, cover the eyes, please, because this is going to get dirty. Watch that blue 54 right here. Funkhauser gets into him. Boom. He's done.
Oh, gosh.
There's not much more to say than that. And just give you an idea. Let's see. Hopefully we have enough time for one more replay.
We riding on board?
Yeah, oh, yeah. All right. Chris Quick, here we go. 54. Probably the hardest hit of the night right here. That's what we need. Hardest hit of the night awards.
We do.
Yep.
See, the crash happens down there. He lets up, and then, oh, man.
That was that outside one. I'm pretty sure the safer barrier doesn't exist at this track.
You are correct.
We are going to take a moment of silence for the 54 of Chris Quick in hopes that his car come back stronger next week. Man, Kevin McCann just has 3 more laps to go. Probably actually less than that. Are we gonna? We're not. No, we have green white checkered. So I was like, are we about to end this under caution? We got 3 green white checkered attempts, so this will be our first one. Kevin McCann, Evan Faust, and Jimmy Frazier. That's our 1, 2, 3 right there. Cautions later. We're down to this.
Well, I was listening to driver chat. There's talks of a bounty being put out for Kevin. They're betting on over/under if a first-time winner is going to happen tonight, because the 3 guys behind him have never won before.
Oh yeah, Evan Faust has been close. Hasn't gotten one. Jimmy Frazier, Kyle Steffens, still a newcomer. Oh, Frazier on the bumper of the 133 of Kevin. Green flag in the air, and let's see how aggressive the top 5 get here.
Wally straight to that inside, but backed off. Single file for the first 4.
Yeah, Faust
and
is just
Faust.
trying to send it in
Oh,
there.
but Frazier that outside.
Yeah, that outside line's been working really well in the
Coming
long
to the
runs.
white flag.
White flag in the air. Man,
So whatever
they are
happens
so
now.
close. Anything can happen here.
Oh! Oh no! Faust
Faust.
collects Frazier, and no one hits Faust. That's actually pretty impressive. And your winner, coming home in first place, Kevin McCann, with big roll, big wreck across the line, huge wreck.
Kevin McCann bringing home the win here at Nashville. Kyle Steffens, newcomer in the 08, had some issues early on in the run with an incident that he was involved in. Went up in second. Jimmy Frazier in third, and that man right there in the orange is going to bring home his 2nd win of the series, it looks like.
This is only a 2nd win. Wow.
I do believe so. I'll have to double check that. Fact check myself. But my pick, Evan Faust finishing in 15th. I got to see what happened here. We had a lot of chaoticness going on.
Yeah, huge wreck at the end.
Here's the end here. You see Frazier. Alex Faust. Faust. God, oh my gosh. He just comes in the middle of the track. I don't know how he did not collect anybody else. That was
I have no idea either.
Crazy. And then chaos up front. Just destruction.
Oh, look
every
at
time.
Frazier.
People letting off steam. Speaking of Frazier, we're going on board with him because I want to see. Not trying to say he's dumping people, but I want to see what happens here. Where's Frazier? There he is. Alright, so here we go, on board with Frazier.
He can go to the outside here. He comes back down to get behind Faust. Just touches him a little bit and spins him out. Oh!
Faust gets loose coming back up, tries for the block. It's the last lap, you're pushing hard. And he loses the spot to Steffens right there, coming off the board. And then Frazier just gets nailed in the back, and then the rest is history. But, yeah. Chaos at Nashville the last couple laps, but that's basically what happens here. But stick around. We're going to have the top 3 interviewed here. Get these guys together in the waiting room.
Looks like we're missing.
Kyle Steffens.
Oh, he might not have Discord.
That's true. So Kevin McCann already in the waiting room. Nice, nice. All right. Well. All right. Well, let's see if you can catch up with Frazier here. Go ahead and bring him in and see if we can get an interview underway here.
Oh.
Just a second.
You can't pretend to be asleep. I'm right here.
Just trying to get everybody situated real quick. Give us just a moment.
I'm sorry. Just ate it. Say, Josh, that the race seemed 1,000 times better than I expected.
Absolutely, and it looks like you've caught up to Jimmy Frazier. So, Jimmy, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right,
Jimmy. Oh, sorry.
No, sorry, Tim. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Take us through. It was a wild race for you because Kevin didn't pit at all tonight, and I believe you pitted 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I pitted twice. My strategy coming into it was pit at lap 50 and then pit at lap 100, and it ended up being lap 60 and 110. And at lap 110, I was debating not pitting. I'm like, I'm just going to stick to it. And I went in, and I apologize to anyone I got into because them cautions were really messing me up. So I had to get kind of aggressive in order to get back through everyone. But, I mean, it worked out. I got 3rd, but I feel like I might have been able to win if I would have stayed out, but the cautions and then just time ran out.
Yeah.
Well, you did a really good job there at the end. You know, I know you felt bad for getting into the back of Faust, and it was just a racing incident because you had a fantastic run off that corner. Your car was so much better than everybody else's on that high lane.
Yeah, if I could just get my nose out there and get above them, I pretty much had the pass made. On that last on the last lap in 1 and 2, I completely overshot it, so that had a little bit to do with it. But those new tires really, you could pass people pretty easily on the outside. And I was surprised at how fast Kevin was on the same tires for race.
150 lap tires.
Yeah, I never would have thought that would have been someone's strategy. Otherwise, I would have stayed out, at lap 110 or whatever it was.
What
are
y'all running? Y'all are running 100% fuel, correct, in these cars?
Yeah, they start off with 100% fuel, but when you pit, you can either put fuel or not put fuel in it.
Right, because I don't think Kevin came in at all, so his ability to save fuel is what I'm more interested in as well.
I got a little app going. I think at the start of the race, I had like 16 laps to the good, so fuel wasn't real close.
Oh, interesting. Well, 3rd place, that's a great finish. I know you haven't been in the top 3 pretty much this whole season, so it's kind of refreshing to see somebody else up there in the top 3. You and Kyle. Kyle stopped in 2nd. I know he's kind of new to the league as well, too. So 2 new guys up in the top 3. While you're here, is there anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, just everyone that puts on this league, Chris and all them, and everyone that sponsors it, and you guys for the broadcast.
All right. Well, congratulations, Jimmy, and we'll see you next week, man.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Jimmy Frazier rounded it out at top 3. Unfortunately, it looks like Kyle Steffens does not have any ability to do a interview. Unfortunately, I would love to see how he managed to get up there in that 2nd place spot. But this man right here, Kevin McCann, bringing it home, and the rather unusual fuel strategy.
Yeah, it was a gamble, that's for sure.
Yeah, it looks like the cautions were what you're looking for. We had plenty of them, and it definitely played out in your favor. Was that something coming in that you wanted to do, or is that something you kind of messed around with?
Yeah, I kind of picked from the beginning that I was going to do the opposite of whatever the top 3 guys did. So me and my brother were kind of talking about it, and we just kind of picked straws, and I took the gamble and he didn't, and then my main motivation was I didn't want to get back there in the pack. I knew it was going to be rough, short track, so I just wanted that track position. So hung on as long as I could.
How was the high line at the track? Because it looked like at times Frazier, had newer tires about 60 laps better than yours, and you made the high side look like it's just kind of untouchable.
Yeah, the heights, especially on the restarts, the high line was definitely preferred. The bottom was just too loose to get on the throttle. So yeah, but once you got about 5 green flag laps in, it kind of evened out.
Well, we know your brother there, Brian. I mean, this is going to be huge for you for your points. Definitely got to get as many as you can because he is kind of trying to run away with this thing right now. He was flirting with the wall hardcore in most of those turns. He hit that outside wall in the backstretch and front stretch quite a bit, and was even collected in an incident. But no one could touch you up front. I mean, I think Jimmy was the only one that had a really good car that could do it. But as we saw him and Faust there on the backstretch collected, and that kind of sealed your win there.
Yeah, Evan, he definitely could have got me had we gone green longer there at the end. I don't think I could hold him off more than 5 laps. You could definitely tell he was patiently waiting on me to get on the throttle because my tires were just worn out.
And what were your tires at? Anyways,
I didn't even check. Honestly,
I was gonna say because those things had to have been burnt.
Yeah, when we were doing practice runs, I noticed the wear would show evenly, but it didn't drive like it did.
Right.
The right front would just it's like it would just stop working after about 10 laps.
Well, I mean, your no pit strategy definitely worked out in your favor. The cautions were the big reason for that on top of that. So huge gamble pays out for you. You come home. I want to say this is your second win now?
Yep, number 2.
Trying to catch the brother. I see what's happening here. Y'all running away with this thing. It's the McCann show, it seems like. So we're gonna have to see what happens next week.
We're gonna start wrecking each other toward the end of the season.
Yeah, we're almost halfway through at that point, so it's gonna start getting tight here. I do believe we're off next week. Obviously, Thanksgiving and everything else as well too. So you get a little break. Come back in the week after that. So while you're here, is there anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, just thank you guys for doing the broadcast. It's fun. And thanks to Chris for the league. Definite shout out to Evan for running me clean there. There were definitely a few times he could have bumped me out of the way. So I really appreciate that. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys.
No problem. Congratulations again on your win, man. And if we don't talk to you, you have a great Thanksgiving.
You guys as well.
All right. So Kevin McCann getting it done. 150 laps straight. No pit stop.
No,
that's
nothing.
Literally just you got to give it up to him. You find something that works, you go with it, you take the gamble, and sure enough, like I said, it pays off at the end. So Kevin McCann, Kyle Steffens, Jimmy Frazier, your top 3. Brandon Medford and Brian McCann is going to round out the top 5. Probably not going to shake up the points too much, except for Kevin McCann might gain a lot on Neil Quick, who unfortunately finished in 20th, 11 laps down. So that's going to open the door for that second place position. But man, again, what a night we had here for this race.
It was fantastic racing from beginning to end, and the only true incident that really was questionable was with the 92 car there at this final hoorah, I guess you could call it. But you know, short track, short tempers. It's going to happen one way or another. It really didn't happen at Lucas Oil Stadium. Actually, I don't know why I call it Lucas Stadium. It's not football. Lucas Oil Raceway. But you know, it comes to a point where you just kind of get tired of things, and tonight was an attest to that. But great racing all around. It was fun to watch. I hope it was fun for everybody at home that was watching, as it was for us calling it.
Absolutely. And like we said before, of course, Thanksgiving's next week. Drivers are going to be with their families. We're not going to have any racing going on, but we will be back on December 3rd for a non-points race. And just think about that for a second. It's a throwback race. Probably have some throwback schemes at Darlington Raceway. And it's for no points. So just seeing how the guys race each other for points, Darlington is going to be insane. The lady in black is going to deal some damage, I'm sure. And these guys are going to have to get that straightened out. But, man, December 3rd, we're going to be here Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern's when the race starts. Definitely come back, check it out. Of course, like we always state, we want to give a huge shout-out to the IROC series. Chris Wally, Kyle Pendergraph, Matt Henry, I do believe, is also admin in there as well, too, for allowing us to do these. Of course, it almost sounds like we're repeating ourselves, but we definitely want to thank the guys that allow us to do this, and without them, our sponsors, Loud Pedal Gaming, R&R Racewear, Hydrotech PC, you know, we've shouted them out all night. Check them out, hydrotechpc.com. Get yourself a gaming PC, or even if you're looking at a business PC, get something from Hydrotech there. R&R Racewear, r-rracewear.com for your apparel, diecast cars, and Loud Pedal Gaming. Go support his streaming over at facebook.com/Loud Pedal Gaming. Everyone here at 10-4 Broadcast wants to thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we hope to see you guys next week. Actually, sorry, I'm so used to saying it. 2 weeks out, December 3rd for Throwback Race. Other than that, we want to thank everyone.